Hey beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading. And today's pick a card reading is all about your next relationship. To be more specific, the first impressions of you and the person you're gonna have your next relationship with. So all about your first impressions of each other. And I thought this is actually a very exciting reading to look into the energies and what you can also look forward to. As always, my dear, I have 3 piles that you can choose from, and you can either choose the card or the crystal below it. So this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is going to be pile 3. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And as always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal one, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see what will be your first impressions of each other, the person you're going to have your next relationship with. Let's start straight away. So for my dear pile 1, what will be your first impressions of each other? Let's start with the person that you're gonna have your next relationship with. What will be their first impression of you? Let's see. What will be their first impression of you? For my dear pile 1. All right, so the first card we have is the Fool card. Too many cards. For my dear pile 1, what will be their first impression of you? Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay. Too many. Sometimes no cards come out alone. Let me do it like this. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Come out. It's stuck. Let's see. All right. We have the 8 of Wands. One last card. Oh my goodness. All right, and we have the Queen of Swords here. Let's see for my dear pile 1. I'm gonna get you 8 cards. Yeah, first I wanted to go with 4, but let's just make a whole pile with it. So we have the King of Wands. We have the Devil. Ooh. All right, let's see. 3 of Pentacles, and let's get you guys one last card. One last card. Let me just do it like this. And we have the 2 of Wands. All right. So at the back of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. So let me make sure you can see all the cards. All right. So my dear pile 1, what is going to be their first impression of you, of the person that you're going to have your next relationship with? The first thing I'm seeing here is that it could either be the case that this person's gonna see you as a young person, so you could be younger than them, or they're gonna see you as very youthful. So no matter how old you are, they're gonna see you as very young looking. And moving on from that, what I find very interesting is that for some reason, this person's gonna see you as a very passionate person. So the environment in which you guys are going to meet for the very first time could somehow definitely influence this. For example, if you guys are going to meet in some kind of, let's say, and that's just an example, let's just say work environment, you may somehow present something and they're going to see you as a very passionate person, very invested in what you do, very creative. Or let's just say if this is like online something, dating, on your profile you may have written certain things that you're very passionate about, and they're gonna see it maybe even on the pictures that you're sharing, and they're gonna really get this impression of you. But remember, it doesn't have to be any one of them. I just try to explain as best as I can, through examples, what I mean with the energies. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm seeing. Although I have to say that definitely this person sees you as someone who can succeed, who can very much succeed in what they do, or like in their passion. So that makes me feel like maybe this person has heard something of you, or maybe at the time when you meet this person, you're very like career oriented and you're very passionate about your goals and dreams. And maybe they hear something about you. Like maybe this person is a friend of like you. I'm sorry, maybe this friend is like friends with someone who's a friend of you. Does that make sense? Like you could have a mutual friend. That's what I mean. Simply said, you could have a mutual friend, and maybe they tell them something about you in your life, and they're gonna hear this because there is this element of being impressed in here, being impressed by your determination, by your motivation. So that's definitely a very positive impression. What I also find very interesting is that the moment the devil card came through, I saw this fire, and it really gave me like very intense, passionate energy, like regarding intimacy. I feel like this person is very, very attracted to you physically. That's actually, I feel like, one of the first impressions, maybe even the first impression they're gonna have of you. They're gonna see you, and immediately they're gonna have like a very, very, very physical attraction. Like, yeah, if you understand what I mean. And I feel like it's definitely gonna be very like intense. Like the desire for you is gonna be there. That's all I'm gonna say. So we keep it appropriate here. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm seeing. This person's gonna find you very hot. For sure, yeah. You gonna be their type. You're definitely gonna, physically speaking, spark their interest. Also, another thing I'm seeing here is that this person's gonna see you as a very independent person. This could also come through maybe conversations you guys are gonna have. Maybe you're gonna talk about yourself and they're gonna get those impressions, because you're coming off as a very abundant person, my dear. I really feel like at the time you guys meet, your focus will be on your career. You will be very driven. You will focus on your goals, aspirations, dreams, and that's all you're focused on. So maybe when this person comes through, you may actually not really be that open for love, or not open. No, that's not the right word. You may very much be open for this. I would say more so what I meant is you may not think about love, or you may not like consciously put a lot of time into dating and stuff. So when they come through, there may be this element of surprise to this. But what I find here very interesting is that I do feel like you and this person, you're gonna hit it off pretty quickly. Like you guys, it's very easy for you to connect on something and actually also build a friendship. I really feel like with this next person, you're gonna have a friendship. They're gonna see you as someone who's like very future oriented. I do feel like you may talk about them, you know, about certain dreams or wishes you have, certain things you want to achieve in the future, and they may say the same thing back, like, you know, whatever it is that they want to achieve. And you guys definitely share both this excitement for the future, this excitement to create and to plan. What I'm feeling is that this person respects you a lot. The energies are not showing me as for like why or how they're getting this impression. All I'm getting is that they respect you a lot. Let me see. Also, by the way, you guys, we have the Ten of Pentacles here as the overall energy. And what did I just say? I talked about the fact that you're giving off like abundance energy. This is literally the card of abundance for me. So it could even be the case that at the time, like financially speaking, you are feeling very secure. But once again, I don't feel like this abundance energy is only connected to finances. I mean, of course, you know, when we hear abundance, that may be the first thing we connect it to, like money. But the abundance energy you're giving off is much more than that. You're giving off the energy of someone who is not lacking anything, also on a personal level, like someone who is in good terms with themselves, someone who has a good relationship to themselves, someone who's self-loving. But coming back to the money part, whatever circumstance you guys are going to meet in, for some reason I'm getting that the way you're coming through, you're presenting yourself is in a very like classy and even maybe expensive way. Maybe you're wearing something expensive or you're presenting yourself very classy that looks expensive, but for some reason that's going to also be a first impression of this person. Now that's interesting. Let's look into the other way around. Let's see what your first impression of them is going to be. For my dear pile 1, what will be your first impression of the person you will have your next relationship with? Let's see, let's see. For my dear pile 1, what will be your first impression of the person that you're going to have your next relationship with? Okay, give me a moment if your cards fell. Okay, actually only one. We have the Page of Cups. No, 3 is too much. For my dear pile 1, okay. Ooh, we have the Star card. Interesting. The 9 of Wands. Let me put them a little bit more up there. All right. For my dear pile 1, let's see. The Ace of Swords here. We have the Two of Cups. All right. The Ace of Pentacles. Wow, the Strength card. And let's get you guys one more card. And the Four of Pentacles. At the back of the deck, you're going to have the Three of Pentacles here. All right, so my dear pal one, now let's look into what your first impression will be of this person, of the next person of yours. So let me just say that there's gonna, like, I'm getting a lot of positive energy here. And the first thing I would like to say is that I'm getting the feeling that this next person could be actually someone that you've manifested. So this could either be someone from the past that you're trying to reconcile with or manifest, or if this is someone new, this person feels like manifested. So they could have certain traits that you try to manifest in a partner or something like that. Because when I look into your energy, it just feels like you saying, yes, this is what I wanted. This is what I have actually actively manifested. So this person's gonna somehow embody, maybe physically or personality wise, or maybe circumstance wise regarding their life, something, or even like maybe multiple things that you try to manifest in a partner. Because besides that, this person does feel like a wish fulfillment for you. They feel like someone you've been hoping for or dreaming like about having in your life. Something about this person could be very dreamy. For some reason, I'm receiving this. So that's very interesting here. Another first impression I would like to say is that I really feel like you guys are you're gonna fall in love with them pretty quickly. Like, I know this is something not everyone believes in, and of course, as always, take it how it resonates. At the end of the day, this is a general reading, but I do feel like this could actually be love at first sight from your side here. It almost feels like your heart space is awakening, or your heart space is, yeah, glowing, you know? Love at first sight, you guys. That's something I'm getting here. When we also talk about what kind of first impressions you gonna have of them, what I find very interesting is that we have the strength card here. So something about them is really going to give you the impression of them being a strong person, or something about them feels very empowering. They could somehow give the impression of being a good leader, or someone who's very good at taking power and, you know, managing it, I guess. I feel like you're gonna be very impressed by them. Or maybe they're gonna look like they're physically strong, and that's also something you're gonna feel very attracted towards. For example, having muscles somewhere, or something else that could indicate strength, physical strength. Of course, that's maybe also a personal thing, but that's something I'm seeing here. This is also a great communicator, and I feel like this is going to be one of the first things you're going to notice about them. Talking to them could be pretty easy, especially for those of you guys who may sometimes have a hard time with like connecting with strangers. It may take you some time to like opening up to them, but with this person you're gonna see that they're actually a great communicator. Also, I do feel like this person is very protective of themselves. Like, they're not just like inviting people with open arms into their life. They're very cautious, or very careful, better to say, maybe because of negative experience of the past. But when we talk about you, they're going to be very polite and very open, very receptive, is something I'm seeing. And generally speaking, this is a very secure person. And that's something you're going to love about them. They come off as very grounded, they come off as very secure. And very importantly, you're going to see them as someone who you can have a new beginning with, a new beginning in love. Like, even if this is someone you have manifested from the past, this way around, you're going to feel like things are like appearing better for you guys to have a new beginning again. And if this is a new person, then of course, literally them entering your life, it's gonna feel like, you know, beginning a new chapter, I guess, also. This can actually definitely develop into a more so serious connection. Of course, as I always like to say, at the end of the day, that's your free will and your decision to make. But looking into it energetically, possibility is there. You're going to be very attracted towards them. And definitely something about them gives you the impression that this is someone who's very responsible, someone who is very secure, which I find very interesting. So maybe the circumstance is somehow gonna give you the impression, or maybe through having conversations with them, you're gonna, you know, each of you guys are gonna share like aspects of your life, and you're gonna see that, wow, yeah, they definitely have some things going for them. Let's get you guys some oracle cards. Let's continue for my dear pile one. For my dear pile one, what will be your guys' first impressions of each other? Let's see. Ooh. Too many. Okay, one card fell. Oh my goodness. Look at this. The first card we have is love. Wow. That's so cute. Okay. And we have, well, we actually have two more. We have the strength card coming through again. And we have the good luck card. All right, so with the good luck card being here, if this is a like first time meeting each other, you guys could somehow feel like there is like luck bringing you guys together, or you guys have good luck meeting each other. So for example, maybe you meet each other at a place where one of you guys has never been to, and then you guys meet. Like, what are the odds? You know, it's kind of like this energy here. It feels a little bit like guided, I guess, you know, to create the circumstance in which you guys meet. But this is not here to like make you worry about it or so. Absolutely not. This is more so like, yeah, showing that no matter what the odds are gonna be, somehow you guys are gonna come together. This is such a beautiful card to have, because with this love card being here, I do feel like, yeah, within the first interactions, you guys are gonna somehow develop feelings for each other. Like, even if it's not completely consciously, although I feel like for you it's definitely consciously, like you are gonna fall in love with them, the emotions are gonna develop, like maybe even throughout the first interactions you guys are gonna have. You really are gonna feel attracted towards each other, and yeah, emotionally connecting pretty quickly. With the strength card being here, I actually feel like this is also representing both of you guys. Like, both of you guys are gonna bring a strength into this relationship, which is very precious. For example, maybe one of you guys is gonna bring strength into the relationship, like, which is all about like emotional strength, you know, being each other's supporter and really connecting on this level. And maybe there's, on the other hand, also like physical strength that someone brings into this energy. But I really feel like this is like this could very much be a power couple kind of energy here, because your energies are strong, your energies are very intense, and it's compatible. Like, even if you guys are different on some levels, when you come together, you're compatible. You're making it work. In fact, it feels very matching. And I do feel like this is something like an impression that both of you guys are gonna realize. Yeah. My dear pal one, this is actually all I have for you for today. I'm not receiving any more messages. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. Thank you so, so much for allowing me to read for you and for allowing me to connect with your beautiful energy. As always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, of course you can feel free to email me. And also, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course I invite you there as well. My dear pal 1, take care, my love. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see. What will be your first impressions of each other? The person you're gonna have your next relationship with. Let's start straight away, my dear. First of all, let's get you some tarot cards. Let's start with them. Let's see what their first impression of you will be. For my dear pal 2, what will be the first impressions of the person you will have your next relationship with? Of you. Okay, that was a very confusing sentence. What will be their first impression of you? Let's see. Let's see. From my dear pile. All right. Pile 2. The first card we have is the 4 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. We have the 6 of Swords here. The 6 of Wands. Ooh, the 4 of Wands. Oh my goodness. We have the Lovers. Three of Cups. Page of Cups, and let's get you guys one last card. All right, and we have the Hierophant. At the back of the deck, we have the Star card. So for my dear pal 2, what will be your next person's first impression of you? First of all, I would like to say that I really feel like this person's gonna fall in love with you. They're gonna fall in love with you, my dear pal 2. This is something I'm seeing. This person's definitely gonna be very invested in you from the beginning. They're also gonna take this very serious. So they're not gonna see you and then like you and then, you know, like take this relationship or you like casually, let's see where this goes, let's just have fun. No. In fact, I feel like this is something that, like an impression they may get within like the first interactions with you, when you guys have conversations, when you guys talk about each other and stuff, and maybe even possibly like, you know, what kind of future it is that you want to create for yourself and stuff. They're gonna see you as a great partner, like someone they have actually waited for. I want to be honest, I know this is like going pretty quickly, like from 0 to 100, but I'm even receiving messages regarding they're actually going to see you as a possible spouse. So maybe this person would like to get married and they've been waiting for a compatible partner for quite some time. And when they meet you, they're going to see you as someone who actually could be a very good partner. But of course, take it how it resonates, right? Because not everyone wants to get married. And at the end of the day, this is a general reading. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I do feel like this person's actually going to have very serious like thoughts about you from the beginning. I'm not getting someone who, like plays around or wants something casual for you. I'm sorry, from you. No, absolutely not. It's more so feels like someone who's actually pretty invested in you and ready for commitment. They're gonna see you as someone, like one first impression they're gonna have. They're gonna find you very beautiful, very handsome. I'm seeing like whatever the circumstance is gonna be, you guys are gonna meet in. You're not gonna pay a lot of attention to this person. It's more so like you are doing your own thing. You are in your own world. You may interact with people you know there, and you don't see them at first. And it's kind of like this person only sees you. And there is something very like natural about you. The way you interact, the way you talk, you have a very beautiful natural beauty to you. I'm hearing even like timeless beauty. Of course, take it how it resonates, but for some of you guys, if this resonates with you and if this is something you like, some people watching may even wear a certain dress at this place, and they're gonna see, like, they're gonna find it very fitting, very beautiful on you. Also, my dear, for some reason, I'm receiving the message that there could be some things about you that are pretty different from this person, and they're gonna see that. But that's actually something that they find extremely beautiful. Whatever straight, like, differences this may be, whether it's like in your physical characteristics or maybe something else in your background, they're gonna love it, or they're gonna see it as a wonderful opportunity, to, yeah, kind of like expand your horizon, or like, when we get to learn someone new who's like coming from a different place as we are, or has different experiences, there is a lot perhaps we can like learn from each other. Maybe even only a different view, but that's still something that could maybe teach us something. And with this person, they're gonna see that. They're gonna see in you the beautiful opportunity to grow from your experiences. Let me just tell you, like, look at this picture, you guys. I'm trying to zoom in a little bit. The Six of Wands, we see this beautiful woman here, and then there are also like little people there, right? I mean, here and here. And it's almost like there is like shining, like light only hitting her from above there. And I don't know why, when I saw this, I heard, I only have eyes for you. I know it sounds very cheesy, but it's kind of like no matter how many people are there, you guys are surrounded by, this person's only gonna see you. So that's very interesting. It's almost like, yeah, this definitely feels like someone who's falling in love. Someone who only has eyes for one person. Wow. I'm literally seeing someone's like heart beating faster. And it was so intense that I was feeling it on myself, or I'm feeling it still on myself. When you like see someone and it's like, oh my goodness, like you feel attracted towards them. It's almost like you have certain emotions coming through, like butterflies and stuff. And then your heart's also like your heart starts to beat faster. This is the like sensation I have. So this is a sensation this person could actually feel for you. You guys could actually meet in a party or some kind of like fun gathering. Yeah, this person's gonna develop feelings for you. They're also gonna see you as someone who's very confident, someone who is having fun. So I guess in this circumstance, you're definitely going to enjoy yourself. They're also going to see you as someone very secure. So maybe it's something you do or something you say or something they hear about you that gives them the impression. Maybe at the time when you meet this person, you're pretty secure in your job or has achieved a certain amount of success in it, and they hear about it, for example. But you're definitely giving off a very kind, a very warm and welcoming impression. It's not like this person feels like intimidated by you or they feel like very distant. No. Especially throughout your first interaction, you're going to give them the impression of being welcomed. Like you're going to be very warm to them and they're going to love it. It's kind of like no matter who you interact with, you make the other person feel very comfortable around you. And they really much appreciate that. Some of you guys could even meet this person through some kind of traveling, by the way. When I say travel, it doesn't have to be like long distance or so. It can also be, for example, you traveling, or better to say like driving, let's say, to a neighboring city or something like that. It doesn't have to be like from one continent to the other, for example. Do I get anything else? That's actually all. Let's now see, my dear, what your first impression of them is gonna be. For my dear pal 2, what is gonna be your first impression of your next partner? Let's see. All right. The first card is the King of Cups, and we also have the Six of Swords again at the same position. We got the Chariot. The Six of Cups. Oh my goodness. The card fell. You also got the Page of Cups here. All right, the Four of Wands. Also, the Five of Wands. One last card, please. Wow, and you got the Empress. It's interesting how some cards are actually coming through for you as well. I think 3 cards also came through for you. And what I find very interesting is that I'm actually getting some messages that like I also received for them. So you guys may actually have some similar first impressions, and that's very interesting actually. So let me start where I was saying that there could be some differences between you guys, because that's actually something that you're also noticing. You're also going to have the impression that this person could somehow be very different from you. So that shows that both of you guys are going to be aware of it, and it's going to be pretty obvious. It definitely could be somehow physically speaking, but regardless of what this, you as well are going to see those differences as actually something positive and not as something which could be, I don't know, like maybe a problem or something like that. No, you're going to see them as an opportunity. I'm seeing here. Maybe also an opportunity to get to know someone who's a little bit different, to learn from them and such thing. But I also feel like whatever difference this person has, you're actually going to be very much attracted towards it. So if they're physically somehow different from you, you're actually going to feel attracted towards that. What I would like to say is that you're gonna feel emotionally very comfortable around them, and that's really important. And that's gonna say a lot regarding the first like interactions with them, because although you're gonna like just get to know them, you already feel like you're comfortable around them. And didn't we have a similar message for like the other way as well? Except for you, this is more so like on a emotional level. If you're someone who has a very hard time sometimes with emotionally opening up, I really feel like with this person it's going to be much easier. Why? Because, well, that's a very good question. I guess because the dynamic of you guys is very comfortable, and they're going to make you feel very safe, and like it just feels right. Like it feels right to, in that moment, say the things you feel like saying, expressing your emotions. You may not even think about it too much. Maybe normally you overthink a lot and you're very cautious with like how you come across, or like what emotions you expose, what you tell about yourself. But in this like setting, it's kind of like everything feels so freeing, everything feels so comfortable. I feel seen and heard, and I want to know this person and they want to know me. So I just want to be authentically myself. I want to express whatever feeling or emotion it is that I really feel like expressing in that moment. And I really feel like this says a lot about, yeah, how safe you feel with them, basically. You're also going to see this person as a very successful person, by the way, and someone who has love suitors. That's interesting. You may, for some reason, think that there is a lot of competition for this person. You're gonna see this person as very attractive, like very, very attracted. Someone who a lot of people feel attracted towards. They may fit some kind of beauty standard I'm hearing here. So they may be seen as very attracted, like, I'm sorry, as very attractive regarding like society. Let me see. That's interesting. Remember, I talked about the fact that this person, for some reason, is going to see you as someone who's could be a long term partner or a great, like, person to commit to. It's interesting how you're going to have a very similar first impression. And it's interesting because, like, for Pal 1, I didn't get similar first impressions, but you guys are going to actually have very similar ones. So you're also going to see them as someone who you could potentially actually have something very serious with, like a serious connection. Yes, for some of you guys, I'm going to say it, you may even think as them as a potential spouse. But once again, take it how it resonates, of course. They're going to give you the impression of being someone that you can have a lot of fun with. So maybe they're going to talk about their life experiences or things they want to do in their life, like what's in their bucket list and stuff. Although I don't think like it's only their bucket list, because like very often people put things in their bucket list which actually are maybe things they don't normally do. But with them, you're going to see like overall they are a very adventurous person, and like if you would say yes to them, like being in a relationship with them, your life will definitely be much more exciting, because you may go for different activities with them, like which you normally don't go for. Like, I'm talking about a lot of exciting things. Like, I don't know, maybe you will travel to a certain place and you will surf something you've never done, or like bungee jumping, or some kind of like climbing on certain places, like different things which are definitely more so, like I would say, courageous. But that's kind of who this person is. They give you the opportunity to get out of your comfort zone. But I mean, of course, at the end of the day, it is your decision. You don't have to do anything you don't want. But I do feel like this is actually something you're open for, and maybe even something that you miss in life, like maybe some kind of like adrenaline excitement. Maybe you're sometimes stuck in your like mundane kind of, yeah, life, and you miss those exciting moments. If this is the case, then I really feel like with this person, you're gonna have it. That's very interesting. Although this is about first impression, I'm getting more information regarding your relationship here. Yeah, let me see. You also gonna see this person as a very like emotionally intelligent person, someone who's emotionally stable. Let's get you some oracle cards. For my dear pile 2, what will be your first impressions of each other? Let's see. For my dear pal 2. Oh my goodness. The first card we have is happiness. Wow. We also got friendship. Let's get you one last card. And we got the answers card. With the happiness card being here, I really feel like overall this experience will be a very joyful one. It will be a very beautiful experience. So the first interaction, the place you guys meet and see each other for the very first time, wherever this takes place, you guys definitely are going to have a pretty good time. But I feel like this happiness is also more so connected to you guys. When you have those interactions, when you connect, you're actually gonna get a lot of positive vibes from each other, and you're gonna enjoy it. It's not gonna feel like, oh my goodness, I want to like get over this conversation like very fast. I want to like go away. No, you may even lose yourself in the conversation you're gonna have with this person. You're gonna feel very uplifted, and it's gonna be very, very fun. You're gonna feel very happy around them. That's something I definitely feel like. With the friendship being here, this is actually giving me two things. First of all, it could be the case that wherever this place is, you guys are gonna meet, your friends or their friends may also be around. So if this is some kind of gathering, could be a party or something like that, there are also going to be other people involved, or maybe around you, surrounding you. Also, my dear, with the friendship card being here, it could be the case that you guys, although you feel very attracted towards each other, you may first try to be friends so you can stay in contact, kind of. But I don't feel like it's gonna be a very long friendship, because it's gonna develop like pretty quickly into a romance. Yeah. It may only be like a excuse, like to get to know each other, like let's be friends or something like that. But it's actually you guys wanting to, like, both of you guys are coming into this with the intention of coming together, like becoming a couple. But still, friendship is also gonna be something very natural for you guys, because yeah, you guys definitely are gonna be also friends, not only lovers. For some reason, I see that you're gonna laugh a lot, so this person may have a great sense of humor. They may crack jokes that, yeah, make you very, very happy also. With answers being here, I feel like this is more so connected to you guys' conversations once again. You may talk about a lot of different things, and maybe you're gonna talk about certain subjects that you're very interested in, and the other person is gonna be able to give certain answers, or kind of give certain insights regarding that subject. So, for example, let's say for some reason you talk about a certain work field that you're interested in, and then they may give you a lot of information about it because they're very knowledgeable about it, or vice versa, of course. But I feel like the conversations you guys are going to have are going to be very like enjoyable and actually very interesting. Like when you get out of this place, like when you go home, you're actually going to learn a lot from them, or they're going to learn about you a lot. Yeah, let me see. That's actually all I'm getting for you, pal 2. I'm not receiving any more messages. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. It definitely was a very fun one. I hope that you guys received those energy insights that you were seeking. As always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, my dear, of course, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My dear pal 2, take care, my love. Hey, pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see. What will be your first impressions of each other, of you and the person you're going to have a next relationship with? So let's start straight away, my dear. Let's see what's gonna be your guys' first impressions of each other. Let's first start with what their first impression of you will be. For my dear pile 3, what will be your next person's first impression of you? Let's see. The first card we have is the Knight of Cups. All right. We got the World card. Ooh, the Temperance. What will be their first impression of you? Let's see. We got the Moon card here. All right, let's continue. Wow, the Ten of Cups. Two of Swords in reverse here. Ace of Cups. Too many cards. One more card. Okay. Wow, and we have the Sun. All right. So my dear pile 3, what's going to be this person's first impression of you? First of all, I would like to talk about the fact that we have a lot of positive energies in here. But let me start with this. When we talk about like the circumstance or the place you guys are going to meet, I really feel like at that day, you're going to have wonderful, like you're gonna have great energy. Okay, you may have woken up at this day very happy, very excited about the day. Whatever place you guys met, or I'm sorry, whatever place you guys are gonna meet, you definitely look forward to go there, and you have fun, you feel very confident, you feel very excited, and that's exactly the energy that you give off. You may have put on something that you feel very confident in and very beautiful, but it's not only like, you know, what you wear and stuff. I really feel like your attitude, like, or better to say, like your vibe at this day is gonna feel so uplifting overall, like the Sun card. It's like you're shining, you know, you're like the sunshine, and that's actually very beautiful. And I feel like this person's gonna see it. Well, not only this person, everyone here, they definitely are gonna see the great energy you are in. You're gonna be like very high vibe, and at this place I feel like people are gonna like come to you. You guys are gonna talk and stuff. Like a lot of people are gonna feel attracted towards you because your energy is so great. And so does this person. They also gonna feel like, wow, this person's glowing. Like, I want to get to know them. They look so happy. They look so wonderful. It's like kind of this desire to like get closer to you. Also, with the 10 of cups being here, you guys, you definitely are gonna feel also the temperance. Like, you're gonna come off like one of the first impressions they're gonna have of you is that it seems like you're a very well balanced person. I feel like they're gonna maybe hear you talk, and the way you're gonna talk or the things you're gonna say, it seems very mature, and it seems like someone who is very well balanced. You're not giving off the energy of someone who, I don't know, like likes drama or wants to fight or is in a bad mood or stuff like that. The complete opposite. Also, my dear, it could be the case that for some reason you feel extra joyful. Like, seriously. I'm not getting any like indicators regarding what circumstance you guys are gonna meet in and whether the circumstance is somehow gonna influence your mood, but you're definitely very, very happy at this place. I do feel like it has not only something to do with this place, but it's kind of like the life phase you're in, generally speaking. Maybe this phase of your life is going to be a very exciting one, or you're going to meet at a place, at a time in which you just feel like free or more uplifted in general. For example, let's just say during the holidays, most people are like extra happy when they have their holidays, for example, or vacation. And yeah, like for some reason, I'm getting this kind of energy here. This person's gonna have the desire to give you a cup of love or ask you out for sure pretty quickly. However, I feel like they're gonna restrain themselves a little bit because it may come off as weird, but the desire is definitely gonna be there. They will want to ask you out. Yeah. One of the first impressions gonna definitely be that you're a very happy and joyful person. At least that's, how you're appearing at this place here. Because that's the energy that you're gonna be in. They're also gonna see you as someone who is pretty well like rounded. Mm, for some reason, I'm getting an impression here that they're gonna see you as someone that can be trusted. Maybe that's the energy that you give off, but that's very interesting. Like, someone who's easy to trust and also someone who's loyal. Where are these energies like coming from? That's so random, but I'm wondering how they're gonna get this impression though. Like, that's interesting because that's maybe not normally a first impression one may have from someone else. But for some reason, this aspect of being trustworthy or loyalty is pretty important. Maybe these are traits that this person especially treasures a lot, especially talking about like a potential romantic partner. Another thing, my dear, they're gonna see you as someone who has a very nurturing like influence on them. Maybe when you guys meet, it could be, for example, your voice. Maybe you have a voice that, makes them feel very like calm or peaceful. Like maybe some of you guys have a very soft voice. if it's not the voice, it can generally like just be your energy once again. Like at this day, your energy is going to talk for you. Like there's really no other way to say it. Your energy is going to introduce you before you do. You're also going to come through as someone who has a very good relationship towards themselves. And speaking of that, I really feel like this phase in your life is also one in which, like, talking about self-love, you're definitely putting a lot of attention into that. Like, self-love at this time in your life is going to be a huge thing. And I don't know why, but I'm hearing that a great reason why you will manifest love into your life is actually because you've started to give yourself this love yourself, and you're like vibrating love, and therefore you're manifesting love. I don't know why I heard that you can dance beautifully. So if some of you guys, like in this scenario, there's like dancing appropriate, then you may dance and they may see it. But of course, take it how it resonates, because you know the circumstances in which you guys are going to meet could be pretty different. But if for some there is some dance involved in this, then they're going to definitely see you as someone who can dance, and they're going to get impressed by that. They're going to find you very, very beautiful. Once again, there is this aspect of you glowing, glowing from within. I see you smiling a lot here. And it's kind of like when you smile, other people smile as well. Like you're so contagious with your great energy here. This person's definitely gonna have the desire to get to know you. I mean, they see this person who's like a ball of energy, who seems so passionate, who seems so independent, and like I'm also hearing full of ideas. So that's interesting and creative. So maybe when you guys talk, you may say certain things that give them the impression that you're a very creative person, or you have a lot of ideas. You're a very passionate person, and they want to get to know that, you know? They feel like there is so much about you to learn. And we have the moon card here, which is normally like the card of the hidden energy. So for some reason, I feel like even though you guys may exchange, you know, a lot regarding your life, still this person feels like there is so much more to you that they would want to get to know. Kind of like, you know, the tip of the iceberg. They want to also know what's like under the water, because you feel like such a deep person. And honestly speaking, they just love to be around you. And you guys will definitely stay in contact. Like, there is no doubt about that. They may ask for your phone number, for example, or something on social media where you guys can exchange and stuff, but that's just the beginning, I'm hearing. This is just the beginning. Let's get some information regarding your first impressions of this person. Let's see, for my dear pile 3, what will be your first impressions of them? Let's see, my dear. What will be your first impressions of this person? The first card we have is the Page of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, the Eight of Cups. The card. We have the Seven of Wands. Knight of Wands. Okay. We have the High Priestess, the Six of Wands, one last card. And we also got for you the Temperance card. All right. So, let's see. What will be your first impression of them? Now, there is something very funny happening because I feel like my dear pal 3 could actually be the case that the first impression you're gonna get of them is very different from who they actually are. So for some reason, you may hear something about them which gives you a certain impression, and it may kind of make you feel some type of way. And it's so interesting because that was actually like it's not even true. So maybe you hear something about them, some kind of gossip or so, but when you get to know them and they also talk about themselves, it's kind of like you feel a little bit like not ashamed, or maybe even ashamed, who knows, but like you're gonna feel like, oh my goodness, like I was so mean, or why did I believe that? Like I judge them before I even like really get to know them. And this person is like such a wonderful person. They're so well balanced, they're so understanding, but like why did I allow this to happen? Like why did I actually believe that in the first place? Actually, with the Seven of Swords being here, whatever gossip you hear about it is actually very intentionally. There is definitely someone trying to steer the pot here, like someone trying to make them seem a certain way. So maybe someone says some like bad things about them, but it's definitely not the case. And there could be even a small part of you, like the moment you hear those things telling you, don't judge, like maybe it's not even true. Like it's almost like your intuition is telling you, don't believe into this too much. But maybe it's just like in the moment you're just gonna take it because you don't know this person anyway, so who knows. But once you do, you may even apologize to them. Like you may even say, oh my goodness, like I have to tell you something ridiculous that happened. I actually heard something about you and I even believed it, but like you're so different from the BS I've heard. And I really feel like with the Seven of Swords, like someone tried to be sneaky here. I don't know whether it's someone like doing it on purpose so you hear that, or whether it's some kind of gossip which, like it's just for whoever hears it to make this person look a little bit bad. But whatever it is, it's gonna die down pretty quickly. Like that's not something that is gonna, yeah, bother you too long, because you're gonna also get to know them and see, well, like it's just kindergarten games, really, like so ridiculous. What I would like to talk about here is that you're gonna see them, like another first impression you're gonna have of them is that this person is a very passionate person. They have a lot going for them as well. So this could be someone who actually has a lot of like responsibilities, or they have a lot to take care of on a daily basis. They're also a very social person, I feel like they could have a lot of friends or a lot of people who they like to meet and stuff, like a social butterfly, to be honest, as well here. It's funny how both of you guys actually got the Temperance card, because it almost feels like both of you guys see the other as very balanced. And I feel like there's more to it. When you guys actually start interacting with each other more and more, you actually realize, like both of you, that you have this beautiful compatibility in which you can create a very harmonizing, relationship, and a very balanced out relationship. So you guys could be pretty compatible on different levels. And I feel like there is like different things both of you guys bring to this relationship. Like, for example, one of you guys could be more skilled in one thing and the other could be skilled in another thing, and coming together, it creates a beautiful team. It creates a beautiful circumstance for both of you guys to, yeah, create stuff together. I don't know if I've said this, but I also feel like for you, you're gonna see them as someone who's very handsome or very beautiful. Let me see. Someone who's also, yeah, okay, well, that's interesting. So you're gonna be aware of the fact that this person's trying to like pursue you, or this person's interested in you. So they're gonna make it pretty obvious, like, it, you feel it, you can see that this person is interested. And I'm hearing they're gonna do it in such a passionate way that's even gonna impress you, Like they may somehow do it in a very fun way. Also, talking about the dating phase of you guys, I feel like this is also very fun, because this is who they are. They are a very fun person, and they will also want to create a fun like space for each other. Like dating, also a lot of fun. You may actually do a lot of active activity here when we talk about dating. Let me see. Another thing, I feel like this relationship is gonna develop pretty quickly. That's another thing I'm getting here. Let's get you guys some oracle cards. For my dear pal 3, what's going to be the first impressions of you guys? Your first impressions of each other. Let's see. Oops. Your first impressions of each other. Let's see. Okay. So the first card we have is the fertility card. Yeah, that's very interesting because I got the impression that it's almost like you guys coming together. There is a lot you guys can create, like you are a great team. And this fertility card actually reminds me of the Empress card, because the Empress card also stands for fertility, and the Empress card also stands for creation, like creating something. And it could be the case that both of you guys actually work together somehow or create something together, whether it's something for your personal life or maybe even work wise. But I do feel like you work together beautifully, and it's actually something that other people are also gonna notice, that you guys are a great team. Look at that. Exactly. Here's the passion. I got the passion element for both of you guys, and it doesn't really surprise me at all that this card also comes through. You're passionate, they're passionate, and together you guys create a lot of passion. Also, this card always gives me the impression of this like intimacy, like fire between two people, this chemistry, also regarding the bedroom and stuff, like a lot of fire for each other, like this spark which takes over and burns you guys. Like, it's so intense. This is what I'm seeing. And although there's this person who looks like in flames, but you can see them dancing, like it's almost like they're in their element. That's beautiful. Okay, the oracle cards are definitely giving us some indicators or some more information about your guys' relationship rather than more first impressions, I guess. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Definitely too many cards. Oh my goodness. Too many, too many. For my dear pal 3, please. And we have the finding archetype, or better to say, I'm sorry, not archetype, finding card. So this finding card is actually showing me that there is something you guys find in each other. Something you may have searched for in a partner, some kind of characteristic. What I find interesting about this card is that it doesn't say more than that, it just says finding. So it's almost like it's a little bit mysterious. There is this hidden energy, like it's not exposing all. And with this finding card being here, I feel like, yeah, something that you've been maybe missing in your past relationships, if you have been in any. Something maybe your past partner was missing, or something which is very dear to you in a love relationship, but you maybe haven't experienced yet. And you can see this woman is like, she's like so happy and she looks so beautiful here. I just feel like, yeah, maybe it's something like which is going to surprise you, and therefore this card is not very exposing more than that. Yeah, I feel like it's more so like the surprise element. All you need to know is that in this relationship with this person, you're going to get something that you have been missing for some reason. And it's gonna make you happy for sure. Look at her. I love this card. Wow. Ah, this is so beautiful, my dear. Like, I'm so in love with this pile. Pile 3, this is all I'm getting. I'm not receiving any more messages. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. This was such a fun reading. I love this topic. It was amazing. I'm so happy that I recorded this. I really hope that it brought to you some insights. And yeah, as always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, my dear, you can feel free to email me. Also, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My dear pal 3, take care, my love.